All right, Dane, I got a spicy video for you today. You ready?
I'm ready.
You sure? Are you sure you're ready for this one?
All right, now I'm not sure. I thought I was.
Inside the life of a virtuous pedophile. It's the one guy that Chris Hansen just can't get.
Oh, God.
We got a warning here. The warning, this video contains themes viewers may find disturbing. Also, the comments are turned off on this video, just to let you know how
Oh, wow.
I am a pedophile.
I would have never guessed by looking at him, right? I don't know. That's right. He has a hook hand, by the way.
Really?
Did you see that?
Oh!
Okay. Do I make the joke if he got his hand caught in the cookie jar? And
Oh!
sorry, I should not make fun of that. I should not. I don't know what to do with myself in this video so far because I always try to do both sides, but your immediate reaction to the title and then what this says and looking, you just want to be like, no siree. But let's get educated in this video. Let's see what's going on here. There's a whole 10 minutes of this.
I have the traction, but I don't act on it.
So he doesn't act on it. Has an attraction, but doesn't act on it. Okay, does that make it better?
No. I mean...
yes, but... No.
Yes and no.
Right? Yeah. September 2015, Todd Nickerson wrote an online essay which described his life as a virtuous pedophile.
God.
Warcraft TV spent 2 days with him to invest his claims.
I have never, ever sexually abused a child. I never will. I respect the laws. I respect society's position on this. I understand it and agree with it.
Does he agree with it? Doesn't that go against being a pedophile anyway?
I want to go incognito because I want to be searching this stuff on my regular search for it.
Yeah.
All right, so you got pedophilia, right? Which is the children are the sexual preferred object. But then you also you got that part, and then you have child molesters, which are the ones that actually act on it, right? Yeah. So I think they're two different things. One's the attraction of it, and the other one is the acting on it. And then usually they're rolled into one. Obviously.
Right.
So I think with this is going already is that it's going to be kind of like the I didn't choose this story, Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to play into that morality part of you didn't choose this. Kind of based on your own other sexualities, whether you're homosexual or your sister, whatever like that. Like you say, you don't choose that. So that brings the question: is his okay because he didn't choose it? You see the spiciness of it all. Well, no, it's. I don't think it's okay at all. At all. Whether he acts on it or not. The dude sitting there, I don't look at all this stuff. I don't look at child stuff. It's like.
But he's like, but I would if y'all wouldn't arrest me,
Right? Exactly. If it wasn't illegal, or maybe I see you and your kid playing at the park, and I'm going to think about it later. Okay, well does not make it any better to me,
no.
Especially as a parent.
I am part of one of the most hated groups of society. We are the scapegoats du jour. I'm campaigning for better treatment of, we're non-offending pedophiles.
Okay. I was waiting. I was like, who?
How about no? How about no? Because what does that entail? You know what I mean? Where does that start and end? We don't know where that starts and ends, and especially something like that, right? I don't know.
There's a reason that they're persecuted so harshly, and it's not even the thing where he's going well, there's always some minority that he said they're the scapegoat du jour and all this. It's not. It's we just need somebody to hate. It's like this for a reason because one, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Second, it's a deterrent. If you're one of these people that have these feelings and then you act on it and you go to jail, then. You're probably not making it out alive. You're probably going to get stabbed. Pretty big deterrent. Leave the kids alone, right?
Yeah. That's if you make it to jail.
And it just I don't know. Why should it be okay to sexually objectify kids, these innocent kids that have no concept of what that even is yet?
Right, and they shouldn't. It shouldn't even be a thing talked about or considered until a certain age in life, and
when they're no longer kids,
right? Exactly.
That's the part that always disgusts me about the whole thing. It's that they're just these innocent little kids that have no like their bodies have not changed in this way. They have no idea what's going on, and then like a thirsty adult that doesn't know what to do with his feelings comes along, you know?
Right.
And then it's that's the disgusting part about it. Absolutely, to me, it just gets worse from there. Like, it doesn't get better.
Right, exactly. Like that's the starting point. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's where
the starting point. There's no going up.
No.
Like, it's like, it doesn't get better.
No.
You know, you don't go like take your 10-year-old lover out to a farm and retire or anything. Like, it's just bad. It's all bad. Anyway, let's continue the video. He's trying to get better treatment, for non-offenders. Good luck with that.
We come from all sorts of economic backgrounds, different occupations, and we look like everybody else.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Like, okay, so for the sake of this video, I guess I should say I understand where he's trying to come from. I just don't agree with it at all.
But he's trying to advocate to make it okay or something. That's the part that I don't get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So if he understands, then I would expect that he just accepts that the society hates it and doesn't want anything that, like, shuns it as they should.
Yeah.
And leave it alone. But it's like, well, we're not doing anything wrong, so treat us better. No. That just opens doors that we don't need to open. Like, they're closed for a reason.
I mean,
So
what does he want?
why?
Like a pedophile Discord? You know what I'm saying? Where everybody goes and hangs out?
Yeah, the only door that should be open, the only thing that he really should be working for, in my opinion, is to be able to get people help. Like, if they're non-offending and they have these thoughts, then they need help. They need they need to sit down and they need someone to talk to, and they need to get this worked out, right?
Right.
That's like a whole nother topic of, because that gets brought up with, like, like gun violence, like, well, people need mental health. Well, okay, sure, but they have to want it and they have to go get it, right?
Absolutely.
You can't just like be like, oh, you should have got mental help before you shot everybody. Well, it's like, okay, yeah, you can say that in hindsight, but then it's like, oh, you should have went and got mental help before you went out to the park with your feelings and,
right,
saw somebody alone and bad things happened.
I just can't imagine the same scenario. Like, hey, I'm a serial killer. I just haven't killed anyone yet. Yeah, I'm trying to make this cool for all the rest of us serial killers.
It doesn't make it any better. Like, yeah, like,
no.
Like, the whole argument of, like, yeah, you can argue the same way with pretty much anything. I didn't choose this. Like, no, because once we treat you better, then you're probably going to start killing people.
Right.
It's yeah.
This is already spicy.
Yeah.
Most people, when they see somebody they're attracted to, do they automatically think, oh, I want to jump on them? And so it's the same with us. It's just, we just happen to be attracted to kids.
Yeah. It also happens to be you're attracted to very innocent people who either do not know what's going on or just do not have the ability to defend them. They're very...
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just bad. It's just... I don't want to say it, but it's like it's very easy, okay? Yeah. It would be very easy for these people to, like, slip up, and that's not...
Don't want to make it easier.
Yeah, no situation that increases the risk of anything happening.
Exactly.
There's... just no.
But this guy's an easy tell, though.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, Unfortunately, when this guy opened up and said, I'm a pedophile, I was not surprised even a little bit. It's unfortunate that he has like that stereotypical look that you think of whenever you hear that. Yeah. Too bad. Now, well, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it's a good thing, actually. He discovered the website for pedophiles in 2014. Okay, there's a website for it. Verped. Verped. Our highest priority is to help pedophiles never abuse children. We hope that you will explore our website with an open mind. But, I mean, the whole, like, better treatment thing is just not going to happen. But aside from that, it does seem like they're trying to provide, like, mental help and support to each other. Helps at-risk pedophiles never to abuse children and support law-abiding behavior more broadly. Okay, yep. Campaigns for better mental health. Yep, support including pedophile youth. I don't know what that means. Argues against stigma that create unjust discrimination. Sure. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Like I like the getting help stuff and the support and like keeping people from doing anything, but like the whole like we argue against the stigma. It's like
The stigma's there because it's bad. It's a very earned one, you know? Like,
it's like, well, we're not hurting anybody. Yeah, okay, sure,
and,
but you could,
right?
and we don't want that to happen. Like nobody wants to take that chance.
Exactly.
But we never did it. But we never did anything. Doesn't mean you won't. All right.
Red flags are red flags.
The problem is the pedophilia. I don't want anything to do with it. People don't want anything to do with it.
Don't want it around me. Don't want it around my kids.
Yeah, I think it's more fair to the rest of society that you just understand that people just don't want you around. All right, you know.
Damn.
Do everybody a favor and just keep it to yourself and away from my kids. Why do I have to be okay with it?
Don't.
Yeah,
don't.
Why? Like, yeah, that's.
And you should.
Why do I have to be okay with it? Right. Anyway, okay, freaking yeah. Well, just keep on watching the video. All right, moving on.
They didn't choose their sexuality. As long as they're not acting on it and they're devoted to doing the right thing. Our philosophy is there's no reason to feel guilty for that.
I kind of wonder if it becomes like the old Tumblr echo chamber, where the help that they're offering is that it's okay. It's fine. You didn't choose this. It's okay. It's okay to have these feelings, and then if that leads to explore these feelings, embrace them, which then I feel like is a slippery slope going forward. But I just kind of wonder if it's like there's professional help offered or if it's just them patting each other on the back.
Right. Community based.
Well, it's kind of like what happened. I keep going back to like the Tumblr days because that's whenever I guess I don't want to say like the wokeness, happened, but people were getting in there on the site and they were like sharing these views and they were just like they would gather together to people that saw things the same way they did and they would attack anyone else that didn't agree with them. And everyone in there would just repeat it, and so people that would just kind of stumble upon it and like start reading it would get sucked into it too because these people are like so passionate about it. This it just created like these crazy mob mentality things.
Right.
I just wonder if it's a similar thing for them. Like I said, if they're all just kind of like saying the same things to each other and you're like, yeah, okay, it is okay. They're going through the same thing and having the same experiences, but it greatly depends on the advice and the support that's actually being offered.
Yeah, and that's the big difference. That makes or breaks it. You know what I mean? That's there for, actual help, or is it just there to give you that old pat on the back and be like, F them, do what you want.
Yeah, again, and then the whole concept of like, can you even move past it because it's like your sexuality, right? But I don't know. I mean, that part of it is a tough one. Like that's the hard part of the whole thing. But even with all that being considered, like, it's not going to be okay. It's still not okay. It's not. It goes back to our extreme example of I'm a serial killer. It's still not okay.
My goals are to educate the public and also to bring people who are struggling with this attraction to our forum so that we can help them.
Okay, so why don't more people seek therapists? First, some therapists will report us to the police, even if we haven't done anything. Yeah, well, it's still, like I said, it's preventative. Like, because nobody wants what happens after that. It's like, I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. It's just like, I keep saying the same things, but it's like, no, it's not but yeah, also at the same time, it says that they don't seek therapists. So like, they're not getting professional support in the forum. It doesn't seem like, because there's why they don't see therapists, right? That's what I would assume.
There's not a lot of people that are out and doing what I do. There's just a handful of us doing it.
No, that makes sense. Todd appeared in an online video becoming the public face.
God.
I don't want to hate on poor Todd here, but I mean, he's probably the worst dude to be the face of the website. He's got the look. Sorry, Todd, if you're watching the video. I know you probably are, but I don't think you do anybody any favors. I'm just saying.
No, I used to be worried about my safety. I carry this pocket knife with me just in case I ever get attacked.
He's sweating right now, but if he gets attacked, someone knows him, they seen him on the video, you're going to shank him.
You're going to bust out the Swiss Army on him.
You're going to hit him with 2 inches of blade.
I was 13, and a neighbor had come over to visit. He had brought his little daughter with him, and I just remember looking up and just being blown away by how beautiful I thought she was.
Okay, so armchair psychiatry here. He's 13 years old. His body's going through changes, and he's not too sure what to do with the feelings. But at the time when he had these feelings, it was perfectly normal, right? Like he's attracted to just a member of the opposite sex. He's like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. It's like he hung on to his childhood crush as he grew up.
Right. I wonder if he knows that, like, you know, now that you're well off into adulthood, you could probably date her, dude. Maybe she thinks you're cute too.
Maybe it could be like the only girl that's ever like given him any attention. You know, it could be.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a lot of things. Like I don't know. It's when you're a kid going through these things and you feel the attraction. It's like, okay, well, that's at that point, that's pretty normal. But hanging on to, I guess his eureka moment into his adulthood,
right,
and probably thinking back to her, and then replacing her with like other 7-year-old. Like he said, like at the moment it peaked or whatever, it's like pretty much very close to the same age, right?
So now it seems to be less about her because he can't seem to let go of this eureka moment, you know, during
that's
puberty.
Like I said, exactly. Like during you're like when you're freaking everything's weird and you don't understand anything,
right?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's, like I said, there's probably more to the whole story, but that just listening to what's being shown to us, that's what comes to my mind.
I came over to visit my grandmother. There was a guy that they didn't really know him that well. He was indicating he wanted me to sit by him. And so I did. And then he just basically touched me.
Does that mean he liked it? I'm a bit confused on that one. So I don't know how much Scott's going to leave in that, but he talks about how as a kid that he went through, he was molested, right? But he doesn't say whether or not like it was a traumatic experience or not. Because I would think, I would imagine if like this happened to him as a kid, that he would like be like, oh God, I don't, never want to do that to anybody. And like I said, he hasn't offended or anything, but it hasn't really like made that clear either.
There's a pretty awful statistic that goes along with people who have been assaulted. You know, they tend to assault others. You know what I mean? It's the normalization of the stigmatism is, changing it is just, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to. Who is going to change it? Like,
right?
Nobody. Again, just watching what's being shown to us and trying to piece things together for the whole picture. It's getting pretty crazy here.
I am neither proud or nor ashamed of being a pedophile. At this point, I just accept it. It's who I am.
Spicy. Spicy. Chris Hansen's sweating somewhere right now. He's waiting. Dude, that was a wild one. There's definitely not going to be any ads on this video. But anyway, leave a like and leave a comment. Tell us what you think about this whole thing. And, if we said something that you completely disagree with, call us out on it. It's all good. Try not to argue too much in the comment section. Anyway, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. So toast, my friends. I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.